Someone is about to drop a mysterious black bag right at your door. The bag. Archangel Michael says, there is a black bag. It is not just any ordinary object, nor is it merely an item left behind in haste. It is a message, a warning, a whisper from forces that have been circling your energy for far too long. You didn't notice it yet, but it's already close. Someone is preparing to place it at your door, right at the center of your path. The intention behind it is far from pure, and every second you delay could shift the balance of what you thought was under your control. This is not a delivery. This is not luck. This is a calculated act cloaked in mystery and danger, meant to distort your future if you remain silent and unaware. It is black for a reason. The color isn't a coincidence. Black absorbs all energy. It conceals. It cloaks. It buries secrets. And this bag, this object, has been infused with energy that has no business near your soul. It was during the early hours of this morning that the signs began. You felt a shift in the air, a sudden cold breeze despite no open windows. You ignored it, thinking it was nothing. But it wasn't nothing. It was the first ripple. A vehicle circled your street more than once. A person glanced at your doorway and made a mental note. That person is coming back. The bag they hold isn't made of cloth or plastic. It's made of spiritual residue, of hidden intentions, of long-held resentment. This bag carries vibrations from the past. Someone connected to your history has been holding something in their heart. They never got over what happened. And now, instead of speaking their truth, they chose to curse your silence. They went to someone they shouldn't have. They sought spiritual help, not for healing, but for vengeance. What they were told to do chilled even their bones. But they followed through. They were instructed to wrap their pain in an object, chant a name, your name, and seal it in a black covering. Then, to deliver it. The moment this bag hits your doorstep, your entire home's energy field will shift. If you don't act fast, you'll start feeling the symptoms within 72 hours. Headaches will come and go. Sudden tension in your chest when you're near your door. Electronics malfunctioning randomly. Your phone, your TV, your charger all failing without cause. And worse, you'll feel watched. Because you will be. This bag isn't just symbolic. It's a tether. A tracking device for spiritual watchers, entities that are drawn to pain, confusion, and unresolved ties. They will linger, hover, mute your intuition. Archangel Michael says, you've been followed energetically for weeks, but the final step is this delivery. They want physical access, not to your things, but to your peace. You must not open that bag if you see it. You must not touch it bare-handed. You must not dismiss it as a prank or random accident. Instead, prepare yourself. Reinforce your space. Clean your threshold with salt and water. Burn sage or incense near the corners of your entrance. Speak aloud, nothing enters my door that does not serve my light. You are not weak, but they're counting on your distraction. The one who is sending it pretends to be asleep in their own life. They act busy, detached, unaware. But they've already spiritually signed their name on the act of sending that black bag. You might be surprised. It's not your enemy who sent it. It's someone who once pretended to love you. That's why it's so dangerous. Because the intention didn't just come from hate. It came from a broken version of love, the kind that punishes you for moving on, for growing, for glowing. They watched your rise and could no longer stomach your success. So they chose to spiritually bind what they couldn't break in person. Days before now, your dreams tried to warn you. Flashes of darkness. Rooms that didn't feel familiar. People whispering but with no sound. You shrugged it off. But those weren't just dreams. They were astral messages. The delivery is scheduled. Yes, scheduled. It's not random. They picked a date that aligns with a spiritual threshold, a moon phase, or a numerological portal. Check your calendar. Something significant about today or tomorrow connects to a past event or wound. That's why they chose now. They wanted the energy open, vulnerable, distracted. What's inside the bag is not what matters. What it represents does. It may contain earth, hair, fabric, metal, written names, coins, or even ashes. Each of those things serves a symbolic purpose to create imbalance. But you were never meant to be their victim. You're chosen. You're protected. Archangel Michael is not just speaking today. He is standing guard. He is sending signs faster, louder, stronger. But only if you listen. Do not ignore that shadow at your door. Do not brush off the sound you'll hear late tonight. The knock. The shuffle. The tap. Even if no one is visibly there, know something has arrived. You might feel the temptation to pick it up, to see what it is. That curiosity is also part of the spell. They want you to interact with it, to open it, to make contact so your energy binds to it. But when you reject it, when you push it away, when you cleanse your doorway, when you declare out loud that no energy may enter your life without your permission, the cycle breaks. The person who sent it will feel a backlash, a spiritual return, not by your hand, but by divine balance. There will be 3 signs before the bag appears. 1. A sudden power flicker or glitch in your home, especially in the evening. 2. A message from someone you haven't spoken to in months, completely out of nowhere. 3. A feeling in your chest like someone is standing right behind you when you're alone. Don't ignore these signs. They're warnings, not coincidences. Archangel Michael says, you're not in this battle alone. Do not share this with just anyone. Not everyone in your circle is safe. One of them knows about the bag. One of them might even be helping deliver it. Pay attention to the one who suddenly acts too nice, who keeps asking odd questions, who changes the subject when you mention anything spiritual or strange happening. The truth is, they're scared, because deep down, they sense your power returning. You are becoming aware. You are becoming guarded. And that makes their dark plans start to fail. Your front door is a gateway, a portal between your inner world and the chaos outside. Tonight, that line will be tested. But you've already been given everything you need to stand. Speak your power aloud. Reinforce your space. Place water at the entrance with salt and a protective symbol beneath it. Even something simple like a circle, a cross, or your initials, empowered with intent, can create a barrier. By morning, if the ritual is done correctly, you will feel lighter. The headaches will lift. The tension will vanish. The watchers will disperse. The bag will not have power over you. It will have to return. The sender will face their own mirror. And you will awaken stronger, brighter, free. Archangel Michael says, they underestimated you. But they won't again. You heard this message. You opened your eyes. You acted. Now, your path will shift again. But this time, it will be toward light, toward alignment, toward divine release. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, you have crossed into the moment of awareness. That very shift, of seeing beyond what is visible, has already begun to shatter the dark strategy that was wrapped inside that black bag. What they sent toward you was built on silence and secrecy. But you have now broken that silence. You have opened the light. And light, dear one, always exposes what hides in shadows. You are no longer just the target. You are the observer. You are the resistor. You are the one who has awakened from the trap laid for you under false concern, under fake smiles, and old familiar names. They tried to take advantage of your kindness. They mistook your softness as weakness. But they didn't count on your divine backing. They didn't realize that the angels have kept record of every move done behind your back, and that justice is in motion. Now the bag is more than an object. It is evidence. Spiritual evidence of betrayal. Proof of a heart that turned cold. A map of how far someone was willing to go to block your blessings. They wanted your progress to collapse. They wanted your relationships to rot. They wanted your finances to leak slowly, invisibly, until you were stuck questioning your own reality. And all of that, sealed in a black cloth, tied with symbolic items, and laid on your doorstep like a silent assassin. But now, the truth is no longer hidden. Now, the power belongs to you. The energy within that bag is like a code. It was created to speak to spirits, summoned energies designed to cling to fear, doubt, and confusion. They aren't strong enough to harm you directly, but they twist the air around your choices, leading you off path. They feed off uncertainty. They thrive in silence. But they fall apart in truth. And this script is the truth they never wanted you to read. It is the shield of light they prayed you'd never see. Because now, the trap they set is burning at its edges, and the person behind it is beginning to panic. You may already feel a shift within you. A slight headache. A heaviness in the legs. Maybe even a vivid dream or two of people watching you from shadows or corners. Those were symptoms of the energy beginning to touch your space. But you still have time. You still have the upper hand. Don't allow this to frighten you. Let it awaken you. Let it remind you that you are not just chosen, you are watched over. There is not one single act of darkness that cannot be reversed with divine command. And that command begins when you recognize the attempt, reject the energy, and reclaim your rightful light. Remember this clearly: do not open the bag. Not even once. Do not leave it inside your house. It belongs to the outside, not your inner sanctuary. Do not engage in fear, because fear is how they enter. Instead, surround the bag in a white cloth if possible. Pour salt around it, and with full authority, declare, "No weapon formed against me shall hold. I send this back, stripped of power. I am protected, sealed, and guarded." Then dispose of it far from your home. Burn it if you can, safely and with spiritual intention. Or bury it with salt and water, severing all cords energetically. Archangel Michael says, "You are being tested to see if you will fold or rise." This bag was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal how powerful you truly are when you wake up and defend your light. Let them regret trying. Because from this point forward, the Watchers will no longer find easy access to you. The curses spoken in dark corners will lose their footing. The envy they carried will fall back on them like a mirror turned too sharply toward the sun. Expect emotional responses from those around you soon. Some may grow distant. Some may grow angry. Some may suddenly confess odd dreams or strange feelings. They've been linked to this energy and they don't know why. Be cautious. But be calm. The bag has opened a portal not for harm, but for revealing who is truly aligned with your journey. If you've had doubts about someone, watch closely now. Their behavior will shift as your light intensifies. Some will flee, some will fight, and a rare few will try to warn you. They were unaware they were connected to the one who sent it. Now listen carefully. After this moment, your dreams will become clearer. You will begin to see symbols, birds, keys, eyes, water, faces you haven't seen in years. Each symbol is a message. They're pieces of the spiritual puzzle returning to you. You are not imagining them. You are being shown the truth behind the person who planned this. Their face will appear. Their name will cross your feed or screen. You'll hear their name on the radio, in a passing conversation, or a song. This is not coincidence. It is confirmation. They will grow nervous. Because spiritual backfire is beginning. They will begin to feel what they sent toward you. Sudden bad luck. Shifting moods. Blocked manifestations. Not because you cursed them, but because they played with fire meant only for fools. You, beloved soul, are a divine being. What they touched wasn't just you. It was the legacy of your ancestors, the light of your lineage, the favor placed on you long before you were born. That black bag? It couldn't hold all of that if it tried. Archangel Michael says, "Prepare yourself now not for battle, but for breakthrough." This spiritual attack was the final strike before your elevation. They sent the bag hoping to block your next chapter. But instead, it has triggered the release of everything they tried to hold back. Expect sudden shifts. A job opportunity you forgot about reopens. A friend reveals a truth they've held in for months. A financial blessing arrives unexpectedly. A stranger offers you something that unlocks new doors. All of this is real. Because when light exposes darkness, blessings rush in to refill the space. There's something else you must know. You are not the first person this was done to. This person who sent the bag, they've used this method before. At least 2 others were targeted by them in the past. But those 2 didn't have the strength you have. They fell into confusion. They lost something important. And the sender thought they could do it again, easily. But what they didn't know is that Archangel Michael is with you now. Fully, visibly, powerfully. They've chosen the wrong vessel to mess with this time. And because you acted in time, you will not only be spared, you will be restored double. When all is said and done, this moment will be the one you remember as the turning point. The black bag that was meant to silence your light became the key that opened your full awakening. You will never unsee what you've seen. You will never be manipulated again. You are not alone. You are not weak. You are not cursed. You are called. You are shielded. You are ascending. And to the one who tried to bind you in silence, they will learn that no bag, no chant, no object, can cage a soul chosen by heaven. You've done it. The shift has begun. Walk into your next chapter knowing the door has been sealed behind you. The black bag never had the final say. You do. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, you didn't just avoid disaster, you dismantled a system. The moment you resisted the energy of the black bag, a ripple moved through spiritual space. And now, those who have operated in shadows are beginning to feel exposed. They tried to target your peace with that object, hoping it would go unnoticed. But you noticed. You listened. You stepped out of the illusion and into awareness. And now, the spiritual world is responding in your favor. What comes next is not the storm. It's the clearing after the storm. But this clearing comes with truth, and sometimes that truth is hard to hold. Soon, you'll start to see the faces behind the plot. One by one, they'll come forward. Some will do it through apology, some through shame, and some through anger, because their control no longer works on you. You may find yourself surprised by who is linked to this energy. Not all of them knew they were part of it, but someone close to them, the true manipulator, used them like pieces in a game. Watch how the energy shifts between now and the next 11 days. You'll feel a weight lift. You'll feel someone suddenly withdraw from your life without explanation. You'll feel the beginning of a deep emotional detox. Because now that the energy is breaking off of you, it has nowhere else to hide. Your aura is repairing. Your spiritual boundaries are reforming. Your sleep will deepen. Your clarity will return. And something else, your gifts are being reactivated. Yes, those spiritual gifts you once doubted or ignored are now reawakening because the fog is lifting. You'll hear things others can't. You'll feel moods shift in rooms like a sudden breeze. You'll know who is lying, who is sincere, and who still carries envy toward you. This is not paranoia. It's discernment. And it's your greatest weapon now. Archangel Michael says, you are no longer the version of you that was vulnerable to their energy. The old version of you, the one they targeted with the black bag, was still operating in guilt, still open to false loyalty, still willing to shrink to avoid confrontation. But now, you are aligned. You are clear. You are protected by spiritual contract. You've completed a cycle that many never do. And because of that, heaven will not only restore you, it will reward you. Watch for these upcoming signs. Each is a divine confirmation that the battle has turned in your favor. 1. A mirror breaking or cracking, not from anger or force, but naturally. This symbolizes the end of spiritual illusion. 2. An animal, especially a bird, lingering at your window. Birds are divine messengers, and they often appear during spiritual shifts. 3. Sudden tears or emotion for no visible reason. This is your soul releasing pain it didn't even know it still carried. 4. A smell or sound from your childhood returning out of nowhere. This is your timeline being cleansed and rewired. These are not hallucinations. They are visitations. They are milestones. They are your proof that the spiritual world is not silent, it's responsive. The sender of the black bag will face a reversal. That's not your revenge. That's universal law. What they sent out returns. What they whispered in secret will be shouted in light. What they tried to bury will rise. And when it does, it won't just reveal them. It will reveal you. Because this is your moment of emergence. For too long you were hidden, dimmed, surrounded by doubters and users. But now, as the fog clears, those around you will begin to see you differently. They'll ask what changed. They'll wonder why their games no longer work. They'll stare in disbelief as doors begin to open for you again, ones they thought they had shut permanently. Archangel Michael says, "You're not imagining it. Your blessings were delayed, not denied." They used objects, spells, words, guilt, emotional manipulation, false kindness, all to try and slow you down. But the truth is, your light was never meant to be put out. It was just meant to be discovered again. And this black bag? It didn't destroy you. It awakened you. Now comes the part that may surprise you. You were never the only target. There are others, people just like you, who have suffered quietly because of dark spiritual actions. And now that you've broken this chain, you are in position to guide, to lead, to protect. Your testimony, your healing, your awareness, it's not just for you. You are becoming a light bearer for others still trapped in what you just broke free from. Soon, someone will come to you. They will speak in hesitant words. They will hint at things, dreams, confusion, unexplainable feelings. And when you look into their eyes, you'll know, they are where you were. And you'll help free them, just by being who you've become. The cycle ends with you. The curses? Broken. The patterns? Done. The manipulation? No longer effective. This doesn't mean life becomes perfect, but it means you no longer walk blindly. It means no bag, no spell, no plan formed against you can ever surprise you again. You've seen too much. You've awakened. You've become the storm they feared. Expect divine upgrades in the coming days. Your relationships will either elevate or dissolve quickly. Your finances will align with unexpected offers and recovered funds. Your health will stabilize as stress leaves your body. Your home will feel lighter, as if you truly belong in it for the first time in a while. Because the darkness that was clinging at your door is now defeated. And finally, Archangel Michael says, let this be your reminder. If they couldn't take you down with dark objects, they'll try with words. Don't fall for it. Stay centered. Stay discerning. Stay grateful. But never gullible. Your light is no longer hidden, and your enemies know it. Walk in that truth. You are no longer who you were. And that black bag? It never touched your soul. It only exposed your strength. You won. Archangel Michael says, there is a sacred hush that follows every spiritual battle, a silence that does not signal fear, but victory. You are now walking in that silence. The noise, the chaos, the heaviness, all have started to dissolve because you have passed the ultimate test. The black bag was not simply a cursed object. It was a mirror of your old life, a test to see if you would crumble, or if you would command the energy instead. And beloved soul, you commanded it. From the moment you said no, no to fear, no to manipulation, no to weakness. The bag began to lose its power. And now, something else has begun to rise from the ashes of that attempted destruction, your divine assignment. There is a calling being delivered to your spirit now. This calling has been delayed, not denied. And it comes only once a soul has walked through fire and emerged untouched by it. You are that soul. From this day forward, you will start to see new alignments, people, projects, and ideas falling into place without resistance. You may even notice how quickly things are manifesting now. Because what was once held back by the spiritual interference of others has been uncaged, and your life force is free again to attract all that was always meant for you. But listen carefully, this moment is sacred. Protect it. Don't share it too quickly. Don't post it for validation. Hold it in your heart like a pearl wrapped in velvet. There are still eyes watching. Not because they're plotting again, but because they are shocked. Shocked that the old tricks didn't work. Shocked that the bag didn't touch you. Shocked that you're glowing stronger now than ever before. They thought you'd break. They never expected you to awaken. This is where your testimony begins. Soon, you'll be called to speak. Maybe in a message. Maybe in a conversation with someone who needs it. Maybe in your art. Maybe in silence. Your very presence will carry a vibration others can feel. What will they feel? Power, light, wisdom, protection, grace, justice, restoration. You've become a walking shift in atmosphere, a human altar. A force that walks into a room and redirects energy with nothing but presence. Archangel Michael says, "You were always this powerful. They just hoped you'd never figure it out. But now, you have. And the spiritual realm is rejoicing. Heaven has marked your name. Your home is under new covenant. Your sleep is guarded. Your hands are blessed. Your eyes are sharper, your heart is lighter, and your feet are finally walking the path they were always meant to walk. Expect elevation. Expect sudden invitations, breakthroughs, and divine opportunities. But here's what separates this next season from all the others. You won't chase any of it. It will come to you. Because you're aligned now. Because the resistance has fallen. Because the energy that tried to sabotage you has been silenced completely. You are in your divine timeline now. The detours are gone. The delays are over. The detachment from your power has been corrected. And the one who sent the bag? They're facing consequences you'll never have to see. Because your protection now includes distance, a spiritual block so strong they can't even feel you anymore. They'll try, but you've been veiled by heaven. Their access is gone. Their connection is broken. Their intentions are exposed. You may be wondering now, what do I do next? Here's the truth. You don't have to do much. Just stay aligned. Stay in spiritual maintenance. Stay clean in energy. Stay honest in motive. And watch what unfolds. Doors that once resisted you will now open before you reach them. Money that once leaked will now multiply. Relationships that once drained you will now bow out peacefully, making room for soul-anchored partnerships. But most importantly, you will never again doubt your intuition. That's the ultimate reward. Not the money, not the fame, not the recognition. It's the knowing, the unshakable knowing that when something is wrong, you'll feel it. When something is off, you'll see it. When something is coming, you'll sense it before it arrives. You are spiritually fortified now. You are finally whole. Let's revisit the beginning, a mysterious black bag, a silent drop, a hidden agenda, a test. And you? You rose. You roared. You rejected the curse. You rewrote your ending. Archangel Michael says, the final chapter they wrote for you has been thrown into the fire. Now, you are the author. And your story is not about being haunted. It's about being hunted, and still rising. It's about surviving attempts that were meant to be fatal. It's about transforming pain into prophecy, and threat into testimony. So take one final breath tonight before sleep. Let it be deep, from the belly, from the soul. Because you are no longer the person who had to survive. You are now the person who gets to thrive. And as the final message of this chapter, with full authority and peace, it's over now. You're free. You're whole. You're back. And this time, you're not afraid. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.